Is fish fertilizer better than synthetic fertilizer? Something like Miracle-Gro. Well, if you read the information online and you read the promotions by the manufacturers of fish fertilizer, you'll come away thinking like, this stuff is magic. It's much better. Then there's a whole group of you who think that organic fertilizers are better than synthetic. For the most part, you're wrong about that. There are advantages for organic fertilizer in the garden, but not for potted plants or seedlings. I contacted some of the manufacturers for fish fertilizer and I asked them, have you got some data to show that it works better than synthetic fertilizer? I mean, all gardeners should be asking for this data before they buy the product. Neptune Harvest was good enough to get back to me, and I actually had discussions with one of the owners of that company. And she assured me that it works really well for seedling, and even offered to send me some of the product so I could test it and verify that it works. Now, what I found really interesting is that she was convinced that it was better, but she actually didn't have any data to show that it's better. I thought, great, let's do a test. So I decided to grow some tomato seedlings. Half of them will get fish fertilizer and half will get synthetic Miracle-Gro, and we'll see what the difference is. Before I started the experiment, I decided to look at the scientific literature to see if there has been any studies about this, and I was a little surprised that I couldn't find a single study that actually looked at fish fertilizer. And Molly from Neptune Harvest also confirmed that she had no scientific study. I also contacted Alaska Fish Fertilizer and a Canadian manufacturer of fish fertilizer called Acadie, and neither of them were able to send me a scientific study either. So this experiment may be the first ever to actually look to see if fish fertilizer works. So here's my experimental setup. I took some tomato seeds, started them in my baggie method. This is how I always start tomato seeds. I can see the seed, I can see the root coming out, I know that the seed has germinated. I then took that seed and potted it up in my usual mix, which is ProMix HP. Once I had 20 pots with seeds in them, I split them into two groups of 10. And at this point, I couldn't see anything. The seedlings had not come above the soil, so this was completely arbitrary. 10 were going to get fish fertilizer, and 10 were going to get Miracle-Gro. Now, Neptune Harvest offered to send me some, but once they found out I was in Canada, they had difficulty getting it to me. So instead of using that product, I decided to use this product, which I could buy locally. It's called Acadie. It's made in Quebec. Now, I'm pretty sure the company does not have their own fish processing plant there, so they're buying the digested fish material from someone else, and I suspect it might be Neptune. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just guessing. Now, this fertilizer, it's a 2,4-0.5, and on the back here it says 100% natural. When I look at the NPK and I look at the instructions for making up the fertilizer solution, it turns out that they're identical to Neptune. And that's why I suspect that the products are made from the same starting material. Neptune does have their own processing plant, and they do make the raw materials for these kinds of fertilizer. The pots were put under a Miracle-Gro 100-watt LED grow light. If you're interested in this light, I do have a product review video for it. It produces about 8,000 lux, or a ppfd of 120. That's at soil level. And I have it set to veg mode for 16 hours at 50%. The amount of light was quite constant over my set of 20 seedlings, but just to make sure there was no difference, I rotated them every couple days. So they were constantly moving around this area under the light. I wanted to keep the growing conditions as consistent as possible. I start watering seedlings as soon as I put the seedling in the soil, and I use fertilizer solution for that. I mixed up both fertilizers up to 100 ppm nitrogen. That's important when you're doing this kind of testing, because it's the nitrogen that is mostly responsible for plant growth. You have to keep the nitrogens the same. If you simply follow the instructions on the containers, you might have fish fertilizer adding a lot less nitrogen, say than the synthetic fertilizer. And now you see plant growth that's different. That tells you nothing. You have to maintain the nitrogen level the same in both the test case and the control. Now I know gardeners don't like using ppm, but that's what you should be using. It's a bit hard to calculate, so I made a ppm nitrogen calculator, and it's on my website, gardenmyths.com. You simply put in the information of the fertilizer you have and how much you want to make, and it tells you how to make up the solution. If gardeners would consistently use 100 ppm for all their container plants, including houseplants, they would grow better plants. Here are the two fertilizers I use. The Acadie hydrolyzed fish fertilizer is actually made by Actisol, and it has an NPK of 2, 4, 0.5. The synthetic fertilizer I use is my standard Miracle-Gro 24-8-16. It's a water-soluble fertilizer. Now, plants grew quite well during this experiment and were very similar to what I normally get when I start these tomato seedlings. This is what they look like on August 2nd. You can see that they're pretty much all about the same size, and they all look quite healthy. By August 11th, the seedlings were a little larger. They were all growing well. The conditions they were growing in hadn't changed. By August 25th, the seedlings were quite large, and it was time to end the experiment. Now, during this growing period, I had noticed that they grew a little slower at the beginning, and then about halfway through the experiment, they seemed to speed up in their growth. The other thing that happened was that somewhere around the middle of the experiment, some of the leaves did get some edema. That's little blistering on the leaves, and it's usually due to either high humidity, which I don't have, or it's due to overwatering, and that's what I suspect happened. But the leaves that grew after that were quite normal, and the seedlings look quite healthy. I'd have no problems using them in my garden. Now, a lot of gardeners will do these kind of experiments and then just look at the seedlings and make a judgment call as to which one of these procedures worked better. But gardeners have to start measuring something. We need to know what the numbers are. So I was going to measure plant height. Since they're growing under the same light conditions, the plant height should give me a pretty good idea of how well they're growing. Now, if I was doing this in a proper lab, I would probably cut off the seedlings, dry them, and measure the dry weight of each seedling. But I didn't want to take the time to do that, and I don't really have the right equipment. So the best thing I could do is measure the height of the seedling. Now, in speaking with Neptune Harvest, they had made the point that I shouldn't expect to see a difference in the height of the seedlings. That as far as height goes, fish fertilizer isn't any different than synthetic fertilizer. That was a bit of a surprise to me, but that's what they said. They said a much better measurement is the thickness of the stem. The claim is that fish fertilizer produces thicker, bulkier, healthier plants. And so I agreed to also measure the thickness of the stem right at soil level. We'll look at both measurements and see what they show us. To do these measurements, I cut each seedling off at the soil level. I then measured the height of the plant. Now, as you know, tomato seedlings are kind of floppy at the top, and it was hard to know exactly what height to measure. So I decided to measure from the bottom to the height of the tallest node. That made it easy to measure, and it ignored the floppiness of the leaves. So if two seedlings had the node at exactly the same height, but one had the leaf sticking up and the other one had it flopping down, they would measure the same. And I think that's a fair assessment. For the base of the plant, I used some calipers and actually measured the thickness. Here are the results. As far as thickness goes, there was no difference between fish and synthetic fertilizers. When I looked at the height, the seedlings were a little taller with the fish fertilizer, but when I applied some statistics to it, that difference was not statistically significant to the 5% level. The bottom line is, both fertilizers produced healthy seedlings. They were the same height, and the thickness of the stems were also the same. There was no difference in growth between these two fertilizers. However, there are some negative points about fish fertilizer. First of all is the smell. Getting the concentrate out of the bottle is pretty stinky. Once it's diluted up, it's not too bad. Now, the manufacturers of fish fertilizer tell you that you should use this right away. So you make it up in small batches, use it right away, and don't store it. And that's what I did because I wanted to follow the instructions. I know why they're telling you this, because I kept some of the mixed material just to see what would happen. And after a day or two, it really reeks. In theory, that smelly mixture is better for plants because the organic material in the fertilizer has had a chance to decompose more, so it should be releasing more nutrients for your plants, which should be better. The problem is it stinks too much, and I think the manufacturers of these products tell you to use it up right away because if you leave it around it gets so stinky you wouldn't buy the product. The other issue is high cost. The Acadie fertilizer I purchased was 29 times more expensive than the equivalent amount of nitrogen from Miracle-Gro. 29 times more expensive. What about Neptune's Harvest? Well, it's even more expensive. It's 60 times more expensive than Miracle-Gro. Now, it doesn't seem that way when you buy the material, but you have to remember with Miracle-Gro, you're getting a lot of material and it's a solid. With fish fertilizer, you're buying mostly water and it's very dilute. So these prices are based on the amount of nitrogen you get from the fertilizer. There's a convenience factor. With Miracle-Gro, I just make up a pailful and use it as I need it. It can sit around here for weeks and it's fine. With fish fertilizer, if you follow the instructions, you have to make it up every time you want to fertilize something. Well, I have a pretty big collection of plants and I fertilize something almost every day. That would be a real nuisance with fish fertilizer. Another problem is getting the correct ratio of your NPK. Hydrolyzed fish fertilizer has a ratio of about 5:1:1, but the ratio you want to use for plants is 3:1:2. Fish fertilizer doesn't have nearly enough potassium for most plants. That means that you have to make up the fish fertilizer, fertilize with that, and then find a potassium source, make that up, and fertilize with that. That's far too inconvenient. Synthetic fertilizer can be purchased with a 3:1:2 formula. That's perfect for plants. The last negative about fish fertilizers is that some of them harm the environment. Now, Neptune's Harvest doesn't do that. They make their product from leftover fish gut, things that we are not eating. But other companies, like the Alaska Fish products, they actually use fish that are caught for the purpose of making fertilizer. That's reducing stocks in the ocean, which is a food source for all of the large fish. That's not good for the environment. If you're going to use fish fertilizer, make sure that the source is waste fish product or invasive carp. It should not be fish that are actually harvested from the ocean. The only benefit I can think of for using fish fertilizer is that it's labeled organic. But if you know anything about fertilizer, you'll know that organic fertilizer has to decompose to release the nutrients, nitrate, phosphate, potassium. And once it's in that form, it's no longer organic. It's identical to synthetic fertilizer. So this idea of using organic fertilizer is complete nonsense. Plants can't tell the difference. I did the testing. There's no difference in growth. Both synthetic fertilizer and fish fertilizer work equally well. There are a lot of negatives to fish fertilizer, the big one being the cost. So I can't think of a single reason for anyone to use fish fertilizer. Happy gardening. Thank you very much for your support. If you'd like to connect directly with me, the best way is through my Facebook group, Garden Fundamentals. We'll answer all of your questions there. I also have a blog called Garden Myths, where I've debunked over 2,000 different myths. I'll put links to all of these in the description below. Happy gardening.